So today is road trip day. It's not a very long road trip, but still subpar, probably close to about 300 miles. So let's take a look at the route planner and see where we're going. So for this road trip today, we're going to be traveling from Phoenix, Arizona to the Southern California area in Coachella Valley, which, yes, is where the Coachella Music Festival does happen. It's near the Palm Springs area. Not a very long drive by any means. It's saying that it's going to take us about just under 4 hours to get there, and we are looking at about 259 miles in total. So again, not a large road trip by any means, but still enough to be considered some amount of a road trip and everything. And that will be our final destination, just to top up there so we have a decent amount of charge to go around the Coachella Valley area, because then I think right after we meet up with them there, we're going to go visit some family. Anyways, so that's what the route is looking like and everything, and I will join you guys again once we get started. All right, so we just got to our first stop here in Goodyear, Arizona on our way out. So let's plug on in. Okay, there we go, starting to charge. And let's take a look at what kind of kilowattage we are getting. Okay, so I showed up here with a pretty high state of charge. We were at 40 something, been charging for just a minute or two, and we're already at 52, pulling about 103 kilowatts, and our charge limit is set to 80%. Now, it tried routing me to stop at Buckeye, which you see is just outside of where we're at. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to charge here for a little bit longer just so we can bypass the one in Buckeye and head right to Quartzsite or Ehrenberg. Right now it has Ehrenberg on there, but let me see if I go over here. Oh no, that's Ehrenberg. Let's bring up the chargers. Here we go. So here is Quartzsite. So I'm going to add Quartzsite to the trip just because I'd rather stop in Quartzsite, kind of like the rest stops there a little bit better. Okay, good. So it rerouted us. So now I should only have to charge here. Let's see what it says. Just about 14 minutes left to charge to continue the trip. And then now from here, we'll be exiting out of Phoenix and going to the major stop in the middle at Quartzsite. And we'll charge up there for a decent amount of time, and then that'll be able to get us to Indio with no problem. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, here it is. So Quartzsite, we should arrive there with about 12% battery life, and it wants us to charge for about 15 minutes. So should be pretty easy to get to. Just got to head down this lawn path here, and I will check in with you guys as soon as we get there. Okay, so we finished charging, and now we're just going to go unplug and get back on the road. so we just got to the massive 80-something stall charging station for Tesla in Quartzsite. This thing is huge. I'll give a little bit more of a better look when I get out. But anyways, we just got here. All right, looking at our statistics here, we went 112 miles about just from getting out of Phoenix in Goodyear to Quartzsite here. We averaged about 262 or 263 watt hours per mile, which is pretty good. We had some incline and decline here and there that helped out. But anyways, those are our numbers, so let's plug in. Okay. Started charging. Let's watch it ramp up, see what we get. So we started charging with 32%, so we should get a decent amount of kilowattage. If not, it might just taper at 150. As of lately, my Model Y hasn't exactly gotten huge kilowatt numbers and everything, but it's still fine. As long as we get like at least 150 kilowatts, which it looks like I'm creeping up to right now, it should be good. So let's look at the remainder of the trip and everything. So it says we have 9 minutes remaining to be able to continue the trip. We're probably going to be a little bit longer though than that. Let me take a look at the map. Hopefully I don't mess it up like I did at the first stop. So our next one is going to be Indio, California, and right now we wouldn't be able to arrive there. It's showing negative 15%. So let's see. So I'm going to charge up a little bit more just so we can arrive there with a higher state of charge. But till then, it's saying 8 minutes remaining, but I'm pretty sure we'll stay here for probably at least, I don't know, close to 20 minutes because I got to head and use the restroom and stretch my legs. But let's go check out this massive, massive charging station because there is a lot of chargers here. So here is the Quartzsite station. It is huge. So what's interesting about the Quartzsite station is that there used to be, or excuse me, there still is like 30 or 40 other stalls that are kind of out that way, but they decided to expand upon it. And so even though it's on the other side of the road, kind of out that way, this one's on this side. And from what I saw, this is like 80, maybe close to 100 stalls here. But what I like the most about this station, besides its size and not having to worry about finding a charging spot or having a stall taken up, is that you see these arrows on the floor here, painted on the road, and then some chargers. And then all the way from here, all the way down here, you see they run up along the side of the curb, and then you have some stalls here. So if you have a Cybertruck and you're towing something, you just pull right into these lines over here, just pull right in straight, and you can just pull right up to the stall over here and just plug on in, and you don't have to unhinge your trailer and then have to, like, you know, put it somewhere else and then back in with the Cybertruck. Because obviously when you back in with the Cybertruck for the superchargers, it is like not always the easiest thing for that cable to reach. So the fact that we have this is really, really nice. This is a nice addition for people who have Cybertrucks. Me personally, obviously I don't have one. I don't think I would need one. I just don't need a truck in my life. But if I did have one, I would absolutely love this and try to save my road trips to go to superchargers that had this stall here. Because even if you don't have a trailer here or that you're towing and everything, it's still nice to have these stalls built like this with this line over here for you to park right up next to it and just plug in really easier. It just makes it much easier for the cable to reach the truck. It's still early in the morning, so there's not a lot of people here, but because there's not a lot of people, you could just see how many stalls there really is. Like, it just goes on. There's even some in the back over there and everything, and then it just goes all the way around. This is definitely what they sought out to do. They sought out to make Quartzsite the big middle point between California and Arizona, and they certainly accomplished that. This is awesome. Plus, you got the solar panels here for some shade. Well, not on this side, but if you go to this side over here where we're at, there's some nice shade over here from the solar panel stuff. So definitely really, really nice, and it's really clean here. I'm actually really shocked, and it's like even the paint, well, not as brand new as it was, but it's close to it and everything. But yeah, that's the Quartzsite supercharger. Plus, again, like I mentioned earlier, you still have the other 30-something stalls that are kind of over that way on the other side of the road. But yeah, this is great. Definitely want to stop here again if I make this road trip again. All right, done charging. Let's get unplugged. Okay, that's all closed, and let's get back on the road. So we just got to our final destination here at the Indio supercharger, and we did 118 miles since we charged last at Quartzsite. And I didn't clock in when we left from Phoenix, getting into the outskirts of Phoenix and everything. So we'll add an extra, like, that was probably about 20 something miles. So respectively, we did probably about 250 miles in total. Yeah, so we did about 250-ish miles, so to speak, throughout this whole road trip, and we made it to the destination. So let's plug in. So just to give a better visual, you could see right over here where the camera's pointing, where that Tesla just pulled out. It used to just be these mere 10 stalls in this one little corner here. But now it's grown to about 46 stalls, I believe it said. And you see now we have like a whole 3 more rows of new superchargers that have been added. So again, this stop has grown from like a measly, grown from a measly 10 superchargers all the way up to about 40 something. So that is one thing that is definitely pretty cool. For the most part, I have to always give them credit that they're really upping the ante here when it comes to supercharger locations that are going to need a good infrastructure and a lot of stalls. And so that's where I leave you all for today. Thank you for making this far into the video, watching. I hope that, you know, this might have helped you understand of how easy it is to do a road trip in a Tesla. I know there's a lot of people who are kind of back and forth with it, or some people even have Teslas and they don't even take them on a road trip because they're just not understanding of the infrastructure and everything. And that's why I wanted to really take the time to show you, like, the supercharger in Quartzsite and the supercharger here in Indio, how much they have grown and everything from where they were just a couple of years ago, and how that infrastructure is definitely growing slowly yet sure. But anyways, everybody, I appreciate you watching. Leave a like if you like this video, subscribe if you want for more. There'll definitely be more road trips in the future when I get the chance to do it, and I'll be better at it where I'll go over the numbers a little bit more than I did. But anyways, everybody, you guys have a great day. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.